Alright, hello everyone. Today we're going to be playing Red World Rebirth by Riot and More. If you don't know, this level is a remake and redecoration of the level Red World by SaRy, and I'm not gonna lie, this level is much worse. If you don't know, I covered Red World in my first or second, third Easy Extremes video. I forget which one. I'm just gonna go through the tutorial in this video as if I never covered Red World in the first place. Without further ado though, I'm just gonna get into the level and show you guys some tips and tricks on how to beat it. The beginning of Red World Rebirth is much more buffed than it was in Red World, which makes it a lot more annoying, especially the first two ball timings. These first two ball timings are pretty annoying. They might get consistent, but if they don't, then I'm sure you're to find them annoying. Another change from Red World to Red World Rebirth is right here at the ship part. In Red World, you can just hold right away and go up, but in Red World Rebirth, you can't. So you actually have to hit a pretty annoying timing right here to get up into the ship alignment. One thing I will recommend for the ship though, if you like focusing on your icons, is to follow the hexagons in the background, because for some reason they light up the path for you, which makes it less memory. But yeah, as you can see, a lot of the ship sections in this level are buffed, like this one for example, which I don't really like. I think Red World had a fine difficulty. Definitely one of the easiest extremes, and this level just buffs it for no reason, honestly. And it nerfs the second half, which I don't really understand. Alright, the click pattern I recommend for this UFO section right here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then you go over here. That's the easiest click pattern I found for the UFO. If you have any better click patterns that are less spammy, feel free to write them in the comments. And this ship section right here, it's not really nerfed or buffed, but it's just a weird change that he removed the blue orbs. I don't understand a lot of the changes in this level. So right here, a click pattern I recommend for this swing copter is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's what I recommend. If you want to go with a more simple route, you can do 2 long swoops like that. But I found that to be much more inconsistent, and it probably isn't the best for you. Now right here, it's a straight swing copter. I wouldn't recommend spamming, because once you start spamming, you'll actually lose focus of where your swing copter is going, and that may actually mess up with your alignment. So make sure you're still controlling your clicks, even in straight fly sections like that. Right here, make sure you're not clicking too much. For example, you can actually get to the next platform if you just click twice here, and it's actually much easier. And right here, you can actually get away with doing this section in 3 clicks like this, which is much easier. I messed it up because I timed one of them early, but if you just time these clicks right, you can just do that, and it's much easier. Same with right there, you can get away with doing that in 2 clicks. This part in Red World Rebirth I found to be much harder, and obviously, because you have like this, a random straight fly. It's not that hard of a straight fly because it's pretty nerfed, but it's still just random as shit. But yeah, just like Red World, this part is just a memory part. It's not really that memory, but it's just a lot of ship control and nerve control, because as my great friend Water once said, this part is heart attack heaven, because you get close to saw blades a lot and you get scared for your life. Alright, and then over here, you're at the final swing copter, which is very much nerfed. Like I said, make sure you're just controlling your clicks. If you start controlling your clicks, this part becomes much easier and you don't have to worry about losing where you are. Right here, the click pattern I recommend is going down, doing 2 fast clicks, and then not immediately, but like shortly after landing down here, do it again with 2 clicks. And then you'll be able to consistently do that part. And trust me, right here, this part becomes a lot easier if you start controlling your clicks. Just because you can just keep going up and down like that. And then you have the last straight fly right here, which in my opinion is easier than the actual Red World straight fly. So it's still chokeable, don't get me wrong, but it's much easier. And then a final straight fly to the end. Alright, that was Red World Rebirth. I'm going to save my opinions for after the completion, so if you want to know my opinions, just skip to that. In general, I just wouldn't recommend Red World Rebirth for any players, unless you have the skill level to beat it and you want to beat it just for its status. But I just wouldn't recommend this level for anybody. It's not good for any particular type of practice, I'd say. It's a pretty weak extreme demon. I know it's old, but I'm not going to give it benefit of the doubt because it's old, because stuff like Blade of Justice is also really old, and Blade of Justice is pretty fun. Anyways, yeah, I have nothing else to say. my god. Holy fuck. That felt great. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, that was Red World Rebirth. Like I said, I'm not gonna give this level any certain pass just because of how old it is. It deserves to be criticized. With that being said, I do genuinely believe that Red World Rebirth is a lot worse than Red World. Not only just because it's just unnecessarily buffed, but just because it just felt like a lot of the gameplay changes didn't fit. It just felt like a lot of the changes of gameplay in this were just made to annoy the player. And obviously, when you make obnoxious gameplay, that's when your gameplay becomes bad. Anyways, that being said, in terms of enjoyment, I gave Red World Rebirth a 3 out of 10. I really did not enjoy playing this level. Like I said, it just felt like it was unnecessarily changed. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a purist. I actually do support the ideas of revising some older levels if they need revising. For example, Quadratic Function. I believe that is a good remake of a level. Same with stuff like Silentium Gratus, Silentium Clavus. Those are actually good remakes of old levels. This, however, just didn't hit for me. I did also fluke this level from 72, but I fluked Red World from 59. That doesn't say much, but the ending of this level was just so much worse than Red World, I just couldn't stand playing it. And in terms of decoration, I gave Red World Rebirth a 4 out of 10. I will admit that the decoration in this is definitely better than the decoration in Red World, because the decoration in Red World, let's be honest, didn't age that well, but that's because their creating capabilities back in the day were just not as good as the ones we have now. Anyways, the decoration was just a bit better, but I really dislike the 2.0 glow style. It reminded me so much of the remake of Death Corridor, if that makes sense. I just really did not mess with the decoration for this level. I also felt like the decoration and glow was a bit off at certain parts, and it just really didn't fit. Anyways, yeah, that was the end of Red World Rebirth. Thank you everyone who subscribed, and thank you to all my channel members. But with that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. See you guys later.